The illusion of wealth. Why looking rich isn't the same as being rich. Many people dream of a life filled with luxury private jets, flashy supercars, designer clothes, and surrounded by the best-looking people. For some, this imagery is synonymous with wealth and success. However, this picture-perfect lifestyle is often misleading, and I'm here to tell you that much of what you've been led to believe is a myth. The truth is, becoming wealthy is not about pretending to live in luxury, it's about building a strong financial foundation. I'll be honest with you, I didn't always have this mindset. I used to think wealth was about appearances, but I quickly realized that looking rich can actually prevent you from becoming truly wealthy. So, if you're someone who is chasing materialistic symbols of success rather than true financial independence, this isn't the advice for you. You may as well turn off this video and spend your time pursuing superficial goals. But if you want real wealth, freedom, peace of mind, and the ability to do what you want when you want, then listen closely. I'm about to share the 7 things I avoided buying, and why they helped me build lasting wealth. 1. The trap of buying a personal house. One of the biggest misconceptions is that buying a home to live in is the ultimate sign of financial stability. While owning property can be a smart investment in certain situations, it can also be one of the worst decisions if your goal is to become truly rich. I used to believe in the traditional notion that purchasing a house was the key to wealth, but my perspective shifted after a conversation with my son, Curtis. Curtis had saved up $70,000 from working as a freelance videographer, and I initially advised him to use it as a down payment on a home. After all, it was a logical step according to the wisdom of past generations. However, Curtis was resistant. He questioned why he should lock away his hard-earned money in a house instead of reinvesting it into his growing business. I paused and realized he had a point. In today's economy, buying a house for personal use can tie up your liquidity. While the older generations may have seen homes as a surefire way to build wealth, those opportunities aren't as accessible now. The entry costs are significantly higher, and once your money is locked into a mortgage, it's much harder to use that capital to fuel other wealth-generating endeavors. Curtis reinvested his savings into his company, and today, his business, Tilbury Multimedia, generates over $1 million annually. This decision helped him grow his financial assets exponentially faster than any appreciation on a home would have. Key takeaway: renting isn't necessarily throwing money away, as many people believe. It's a strategic choice if you're looking to maximize your liquidity and invest in higher yield opportunities. 2. Chasing the latest technology. We live in a world where tech giants constantly bombard us with the next big thing. Whether it's the latest iPhone, a new smartwatch, or the newest gadget, many people feel compelled to upgrade simply to keep up with trends. But here's the reality. Nobody cares what version of a phone you have except maybe for marketers who want you to keep spending. When I was starting out, I held on to my iPhone 3 long past its prime. In fact, the apps on my phone stopped working because the software became outdated. However, unless it directly impacted my business, I saw no reason to upgrade. I didn't need the latest tech to be more productive, and neither do you. My son, Curtis, used to laugh at me for using an outdated model while he flaunted his latest gadget. But here's the kicker: while he was upgrading, I was focusing on more significant financial goals. Eventually, I upgraded to a model that made sense for my business needs, but I didn't let marketing pressure dictate my spending habits. Key takeaway: technology should be viewed as a tool, not a status symbol. If you're serious about building wealth, focus on what's essential, not what's trendy. 3. Investing without knowledge. During the pandemic, many people jumped into the stock market, hoping for quick profits without fully understanding how investing works. This get-rich-quick mentality is dangerous. If you don't have a solid understanding of what you're investing in, you're essentially gambling. You need more than a hunch or advice from someone who heard about a hot stock. Real wealth building involves deep knowledge of the market, understanding the financials behind companies, and recognizing the trends and forces that drive long-term growth. One of the biggest mistakes I see is people investing money they can't afford to lose into stocks or assets they don't understand. Tools like Moomoo can help new investors by providing access to financial data, analyst reports, and educational resources. When you invest from a place of knowledge, you position yourself for sustainable growth. Key takeaway: don't throw your money at investments you don't fully understand. Educate yourself first and seek out tools that help you make informed decisions. 4. Extravagant gifts for a partner. This might be controversial, but I believe spending heavily on a partner when you're still building your financial future can be detrimental. I'm not against relationships or showing appreciation, but I am against putting your financial health at risk for someone else's expectations. In my younger years, I followed a strict 4-week rule. If I didn't see potential in a relationship after 4 weeks, I would move on. This way, I avoided unnecessary emotional and financial investment in relationships that weren't aligned with my long-term goals. You might think spending a few $100s on gifts here and there won't make a difference, but these expenses add up. In the early stages of wealth building, every dollar counts. Key takeaway: stay focused on your financial future. You can prioritize relationships once you've built a solid foundation, but for now, focus on building your empire. 5. Buying a brand new car is one of the worst investments you can make if you're trying to build wealth. A brand new car loses about 20% of its value in the first year alone, and by the time you paid off the loan, you've essentially flushed thousands of dollars down the drain. When I was in my 20s and 30s, I never bought a new car. Instead, I bought used vehicles that had already gone through the bulk of their depreciation. A 5-year-old car might not have the same prestige as a brand new luxury model, but it allowed me to invest my money in ways that grew my wealth. In fact, I didn't buy a brand new car until I was 35, and even then, it was because I valued my wife's safety on long drives. Key takeaway: be smart with your vehicle purchases. Opt for a used car that retains more of its value over time and won't drain your finances. 6. Impulse purchases and impulse buying is the enemy of wealth. It's easy to get caught up in the thrill of a good sale, but often these deals are marketing traps. Whether it's a designer piece of clothing or a fancy gadget, buying things just because they're on sale will derail your financial progress. For example, extended warranties are often pushed aggressively, but more often than not, you don't end up using them. You'd also see people subscribing to multiple streaming services when they don't even have time to use them. These little purchases might seem harmless in isolation, but over time, they add up and become a significant drain on your savings. Key takeaway: practice mindfulness with your spending. Avoid impulse buys. Always ask yourself if the purchase is truly necessary for your goals. 7. Alcohol. The silent wealth killer. When I was younger, I quickly realized the negative impact alcohol had on my productivity and finances. After one night of overindulgence, I woke up feeling terrible and reflected on how pointless it was. Why would I waste my energy and money on something that leaves me feeling worse the next day? Not only does alcohol affect your physical and mental health, but it's also a significant financial drain. Studies show that people who quit drinking have more energy, sleep better, and often lose weight, all of which contribute to long-term success. If you're serious about getting ahead in life, giving up alcohol or significantly reducing your consumption is one of the best decisions you can make. Key takeaway: avoid alcohol and focus on maintaining your health and mental clarity. These advantages will put you ahead of the pack in your journey toward wealth. Conclusion: play the long game. Becoming truly rich isn't about flashy cars, expensive gadgets, or impressing others. It's about making smart, disciplined decisions now so that you can enjoy financial freedom later. By avoiding these 7 common traps, you'll set yourself up for a future where you control your time, your wealth, and your destiny. Don't get caught up in trying to look wealthy. Focus on building real wealth by making wise financial choices, educating yourself, and staying patient. When you do, you'll eventually be able to enjoy the luxury, security, and freedom that comes with true financial independence. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more actionable content on building wealth, mindset, and financial freedom.